Well, I guess I'm audible. If and just clear, just type S in your screen in the live chat. And yeah, if any of your friends wants to join, just ask them to join soon. We are going to just start our session, and it's just going to be a cool practical session. And well, you will understand everything in linked list, and I assure you will not do any mistake further in linked list. Yeah. So if I'm clear, just put S in our live chat. I'm audible, right? Well, that's good. We'll just start our session. Fine. So, starting with basics, what we have to do is first let's understand what's a pointer, and then we will see how to approach linked list, and then we will implement linked list in a program, right? Fine. So, let me just show you what is a pointer now. Fine. So, what is a pointer? By our textbook definition, what is a pointer? We will just have a memory address of another variable inside pointer, right? Yeah, exactly. So now what I'm doing, I'm having integer variable here named a, and I'm giving its value as 10. Fine. So it's a variable a here, and it's integer, and its value is 10, right? So now what I'm doing, I'm having another variable b. Its type is also integer, but I'm having a pointer variable there. So it's int star b. Well, now what I'm doing, I'm going to assign memory address of a to pointer b. So what is that? A equal to memory address of, sorry, b equal to memory address of a, exactly. Now what I'm going to do, well, it's in C. I'll just change it to C++, this and that. Yeah, so I'm going to iostream.h. Well, and now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you what are the things we can access from this integer and our memory address of b. Right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to see out the b. Fine. So what is b? What b will have? B will have the memory address of a. Since it's a pointer and it's holding the memory address of a, we can see it here. Right. It's clear, right? Just interact with me in the live chat. Just clear all your doubt. If you have anything now, just ask it now itself. Well, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to print the value memory address of a. So see here, memory address of a. How will I access memory address of a? So memo of a will be ampersand a, right? So this will give the memory address of a. Now what I want to do, using b, I want to access the value of a. So what I will do, this pointer b. So see out value of a from b, exactly. So value of a from b will be uh, star b, that is pointer b, right? Well, so this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to just print the value of a. So value of a, right? So value of a is just a. So now when I'm going to just run this program, let's see what is the output of it. Fine. Well, so this doesn't support .h, and you have to do using namespace html, right? So let me run it now. Well, I'll just give endl, it will be more clear to the people. Endl is for just breaking that line to next line, right? Right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to print C. Memory address of A is 0x Naga's house ending with 7894. And what is inside B? When I'm going to print B here, what is inside B? What is B? B is memory address of A, right? See, 7894 and 7894, and all the other stuff will be same thing. You can just cross check with that. And what is value of B? I mean, what is the value of b? That is pointer b. That is value of a. So value of a from b is 10, and value of a is 10 as well. Just to make a note of this program, it will be useful. I'll be back. Okay. Well, do you have any doubt in this concept? Actually, this pointer concept. We'll go to the next thing soon. So just comment just something like clear if everything is clear in this concept. So yeah, if you are watching this video, this is high for you. I guess you know to whom I'm saying. Well, so let me just continue the linked list concept. Fine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a presentation for you people. Well, I guess you can see the screen, right? Nice. So now we are going to discuss the concept of linked list. Yeah, what is it out? What should just type it out? I'll be there for clearing it. Oh, sure. Just ask it out. I'll just clearing it. Let's move on to the concept. Fine. So now we are going to see about linked list, right? So linked list in the simplest way. That's our title, right? So now what we are going to do? Yeah. Let's take something like you are having a track and you want to build a train in it. Well, so when you want to build a train, what do you want? Basically, you want an engine. So you have an engine. So in case of linked list, engine is your head, right? Engine is your head. Well, so you have an engine. Now what do you want? You want coaches, right? So in our case, we'll have coaches from A1, B1, and sleeper. Fine. Yeah. So we'll have coaches A1, B1, and sleeper. So now what do you have? You have an engine. You have three coaches, right? So if I keep them in track and if I start my engine, will other coaches move? Of course, no, right? Because you want to interconnect the coaches. That is from engine to A1, from A1 to B1, and from B1 to SL, right? So we have our track and we have our engine A1, B1, and SL. Right? Am I clear? Yeah. So I'm going to link engine with A1, A1 with B1, and B1 with sleeper, right? And these are called as nodes in linked list. Exactly. So these are called as nodes in linked list, right? So now we'll move on to the next thing. So in linked list, coach or an engine is called as node, right? So what does a node consist of? Node basically consists of two things. What are those two things? Data and a pointer. This is for singularly linked list, and other stuff I'll just explain you later, right? So this is the head node. This is the engine of the train, right? You have the head node now. So let's now construct a linked list, right? So now I'm just going to construct a linked list. So now I have data, that's our engine, and its memory address is 100, right? We are dealing with linked list, so we'll have this concept of memory address also. So its memory address is 100, the node's memory address is 100, and this is going to be our head node because there is no node next to it, and this is the first node, and this is similar to the engine, right? Yeah. So this is the bit rate. This is the engine, right? So let's moving on. If we have another node, that is our A1, right? That is our A1 coach. What will happen? Our head node will point to the right. So data 102. That is the pointer to the next node. That is linking of two coaches or engines, right? So data is there and 102. What is 102? 102 is the memory address of the next node, right? So now you have only one coach and nothing is there, no other coach, right? So what you have? A data pointer and a node which is pointed to nothing. That is why you have pointed to null. Let's have now example. You have a coach engine, then A1, then B1, then sleeper. What is after the sleeper? Nothing is there. Similarly, exactly. So we have a third coach, right? I mean second coach excluding engine. So second coach, what is that? We will have a memory address of 104 for that node. And now what will happen? The second coach will point to the third thing, that is 104 memory address will be taken, right? So in our case, it's just a train thing, right? So it's engine A1 and B1, and I don't have a sleeper in this example, right? So is the concept clear? And can everyone just interact in the live session so it will be more interactive, right? Yeah. So here it's data 102 and node first memory address of the node is 100 and that's our head node, that is engine. It's going to drive these nodes, exactly. So the data memory address of the next node is 102 and it has a data and a pointer. Next the memory address of the next node is data and a pointer which points to nothing because nothing is there after that, right? So how should we code this? Yeah. We need to create a node which consists of two or more data types. Why I'm saying two or more data types is you can have more than two pointers. That is, if you have doubly linked list, you have to point a reverse thing and a next thing, right? Well, so this is that easy. So hence we have to create a structure to make them into a single node. So now let me just code the same thing. Okay, it will be quite interesting. Just watch, right? So now what I'm going to do, just a structure is there, right? The structure is there. So what I'm going to do, structure is the data type. Structure is the data type, right? Structure is the data type, and I'm going to name the structure as node. Okay, node. So what is going to be there inside? From our example, there's going to be a data and a pointer, right? Yeah, data and a pointer. So what is our data? I'll name it as element. Okay, in element, right? So next our data pointer. So what is the data type of it? What is going to point to? It's going to point the node, right? So data type of the node will the element will also be node. So node pointer. I will just name the pointer as next, right? Node star next. Now what else I want? These are the two data types. I mean, these are two things inside node as you saw in the example, right? So now what I want a head pointer and I want a pointer which will create a memory address, right? So I'll just create a head pointer star head, and initially this going to be null. You don't have an engine itself, okay? So initially this is going to be null. So I will do head equal to null. Then I will have one more thing as PTR. Okay, star PTR. I'll say why I'm using the star PTR, right? While doing the program. So now what I will do, I will write a function, right? What I will do, I will write a function. Why do I write a function? Just for code reusability, right? So what I'm going to do, my return type of the function is void. It's not going to return anything, and I'm going to name the function at element. Okay. Now while adding element, I need to pass some element, right? I need to pass some element. So what I'm going to do, what is the data type of that element? Int data, right? This is how we write a function as we learn. So add element. What is the data type of the element? Data. I mean integer, right? Yeah. Now you have a function. Now what you have to do? You have to check whether you have a engine first, right? So what I will do? First I will check whether I have some node in my linked list, right? So what is there? If first I have declared my head equal to null here, right? So if my head is null, what I have to do? I have to add the first node, right? I have to add the first node, exactly. I have to add the first node. Well, so for creating a node, what we will use, in case of linked list, we will use dynamic memory allocation, right? What we will use? Dynamic memory allocation. Dynamic memory allocation, we will use malloc concept, right? So what is the syntax of malloc? What will you do? I'm going just like the syntax of malloc. Here we will return the what is the data type we are just going to return, and malloc and size of the block. What is the size of the block? Size of node. Now this is the syntax of malloc. Okay. Now what I'm going to do? I'm going to assign this memory address to a pointer. That is our PTR. Fine. So PTR equal to node star malloc size of node. Right? Understood? Now you have created a node. So we are in this stage actually. Let me show you. Well, we are in this stage, right? You have created a node. Now what you have to do? You have to assign data and a pointer to that node, right? So now what I will do? This is the syntax. Just see, this is so easy. PTR's element equal to what is the data we are giving? Data, right? And PTR's next. What is the next to engine? You have only engine now, right? So PTR's next will be null, right? So after PTR's next equal to null, what you have to do? Engine is your head node, right? Equal to PTR. It's that simple. That's it. You have created a node. See, I will explain you. So well, mm, Yeah, you are just created a node, and I'm going to do something here. Yeah, just a minute. Well, add on something. And Mr. Ram Rahim, whatever message you send, it will come for review to me first. Just shut your mouth and do your work. That's it. Fine. Well, so just continue. So, well, you have a integer element here and a node star next, which is going to be our pointer to the next element, right? So here pointers element. What is pointers element? Pointers element is going to be the data inside that node, right? So pointers element is our data. What is pointers next? Nothing is there after an engine, right? So pointers next is null. Okay. Just a minute. Yeah, so pointers next is going to be null, right? So what we have, I'm just saying this once again. So pointers element is there, right? So pointers element is data, right? Pointers next is going to be null and head equal to pointer. Since you have your this thing, what is that? Only your engine, and your engine is going to be a head pointer. Is this concept clear? Just message clear in live chat. So I'll just continue with the next step. I'll just wait for you people. Nice. Well, so now else case. You have your engine, right? You have your engine. Now what you have to do? You have to connect other nodes, right? You have to connect other nodes to your engine. So now what will you do? Else part of this if. Nice, nice. Digital Guruji. Hi, hi, hi. How are you? Right. So else part. What is our else part going to be? Our else part will be you are having a engine already and you're going to connect your coach, right? You're going to connect your coach. So now what I will do? I will create a new node. Fine. NN stands for new node. Its data type will be node. And we can declare this node star, this star NN here itself. That doesn't matter. And just for clarity, I'm just declaring here. Both are same. And we can also declare your pointer here, just like this. Node star ptr here itself you can declare and start your program. Okay, it's just for clarity. For this is the first node we are going to initialize. We are just declaring here itself. Nice. So node star nn. I have created a pointer. Before this, you have to do something. Do you have any idea what you have to do before this creating of this node? Just comment something yes no in your chat. Yeah. Just comment something. Fine. So no comments. So I guess you people are clear with the concept and just continuing, right? Fine. Well, I am audible, right? Just for confirmation. Yeah. No. Good. So before that, what we are going to do is see. Say you have created a linked list with some 10 nodes, and you have just traversed to the some position, and your pointer is left somewhere. So now what you have to do for adding a node at the last, you have to move to the last position, right? So now what I'm going to do, assuming that I have created a linked list already and my pointer is somewhere in the middle, now I'm going to traverse till the last element of the node, right? So now what I have to do, while see while ptr, okay, pointers next is not equal to null. What I'm going to do, I'm going to traverse next, right? Ptr equal to ptr's next. Understood? Now see, there's a mistake in this thing also. The ptr's next not equal to null, ptr equal to ptr's next. Fine. Before this, what I have to do, I have to just assign my pointer to the starting position so that I will correctly reach to the end position, right? So now what I will do, I'll just assign my ptr to 10, right? Now what will happen? My ptr will go to head. After that, my ptr will go to the last element, irrespective of it's present in middle, end, or start. Fine. I will just assign my ptr to the head, that is the engine, and I will traverse inside the train as ptr equal to ptr's next. Fine. Till where I will travel? Till I reach the guard coach of the last coach, right? So I have reached the last position where I am going to insert this node. So node star nn is there, correct? Node star nn is for creating a new node. Fine. Now how will you create a new node? Same thing we will just going to implement here, right? So new node equal to node star. What you are going to do? Dynamic node notification again. So malo size of node. Fine. Got my point, right? Size of node. Now again you create a node. It's that simple, right? Now what you are going to do? Add data to the node. Similarly, what you did here, same thing you are going to repeat here. See, new nodes element equal to data, right? New nodes element equal to data. New nodes next is there, right? Next equal to null. Here I have to do something extra. Instead of this head equal to pointer, what you have to do is you have to connect the previous node to this present node, right? This current node, you have to connect the previous node, right? So what you have to do? PTR's next. Where is our PTR? PTR is in our last node. So PTR's next equal to our new node. And that's it. I just created a linked list program. It's that simple to add an element in your linked list. So now let's check this program, right? So I'm just going to remove all these stuffs. It's visible, right, for you people? Yeah. So now what I'm going to do? I'm going to add certain elements. Fine. So what's the data type of the element is integer, of course, because we have a integer element here. So integer a, right? I'll give it as integer a. And what I'm going to do is I will create a for loop, and inside for loop I will just take the input of the element n times, right? I'll just take the input of the element n times. Fine, understood, right? You take the input of the element n times. So for before that, what I will do, int n same n, right? Here I will just type enter the right before that, well, so see, so for n I equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus, what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the element, right? So what I will do, cin a and add element of a. It's that simple. I just added the element to the linked list. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to display the linked list. Fine. So what I have to do, I have to first point my pointer to the head, because I may be in middle position, end position, or somewhere inside my linked list. So I'm going to traverse from first. So what I'm going to do, pointer equal to head, right? After pointing my pointer to head, what I will do, while PTR's next is not equal to null, right? That's our nothing is there after that. While PTR's next is not equal to null, what I'm going to do, see out PTR's element, that is a, with something like this arrow mark, right? This arrow mark, and this is our cout part. Now what I have to do, I have to move my pointer to the next, I have to move my pointer to the next node once that node's element is being displayed, right? So what I will do, PTR equal to PTR's next. That's it. It's that simple, you know. That's it. Linked list is all about. So let me run this program. I guess we don't have any error. Well, we don't have any errors. So I'm going to enter some 5 elements, right? So it's asking for my element. It's waiting for my pointer. So I will enter 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 is being printed, but 5 is not there. Why 5 is not there? What I have did is while PTR's next is not equal to null, right? While PTR's next is not equal to null, I have just traversed. Now what will happen when PTR comes to the last node, right? That time program will get, this while loop will get terminated. So now what I have to do? While PTR not equal to null. This means there is nothing inside PTR. Till that my while loop will get traversed, right? So now let me run this again. So let me run this again. So 5 elements I'm going to enter with 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Yeah, here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is being displayed. So now we just come to the doubt clearing section, right? So just ask your doubts if you have anything and just clear it. It's not only related to linked list, anything you can ask. I'm here to help you. Yeah, I'm just waiting for your reply. See, Mr. Ram Rahim, if you want to comment anything, just say me. I will just enable you. Okay. If you just want to ask some shit, don't come here. Okay. People are here to learn. Fine. So, Mr. Harsha, is that clear? Anything you just want to add or something like that? And who are saying Mr. Who is that? Lalita. Yeah, that's fine. Well, so let me make this session a bit interesting. Just test your knowledge, okay, with this stuff. And just create one more thing, just a minute. Stay here. This is just a quiz-like thing in C++, right? With class and object concept. Just see where you stand answering these questions, okay? Just let me show you this. You're able to see this, right? Just try to solve these stuffs. Can you teach me same thing in C program? Can you teach same thing in C program? But actually, what is that difference between C and C++? In this, nothing is there, right? C also will have struct node as struct node only, right? And everything is same in C also actually. Only our printf and scanf statement will differ. Here cout and cin is there. So if you still you want to change this program into C, just type yes or just say I want to learn in C. I'll just change the same program into C and show you how to do the same. Meanwhile, you just solve the question. It will just be there for you people, right? Mr. Digital Guruji, still you have that doubt? Or yeah. So shall we end this session after this Q&A? You have some 7 Q&A, I guess. Just try to solve them. No, well, fine. So I guess if we have a PUBG live or some other stuffs live, people will come and watch, right? So let's plan for that also, Harsha. What are you saying? So, Mr. Digital Guruji, will you join us for playing PUBG? Just have a live stream and fun. It's not only related to just anything you can ask and just I'm there with you. Yeah, just waiting for you to play. Okay, quite interesting. This was right. What just the structure is there, right? The structure is there. So what? So yes. Fine. So do you want to post me this in my video or let's just keep this private? What's the comment about it? Shall I post this? Is this session clear actually? Did you people just understand anything or got something new, learn something new or something like that? So well guys, I just you got some informative thing or here, and before I just want to show you some video of my channel. Just have a look on it. Just a minute.